Welcome back, everybody. Today we're here to talk about The Walking Dead Season 10, Episode 13, titled What We Become. This was a big episode. I loved the episode, but I gotta give a spoiler warning in case you haven't seen it, because like I said, it was a big episode. A lot of big stuff happened in this episode. We're gonna be talking about the whole episode in this review, so again, spoiler warning. Go check it out and then come back to this review. For those who have seen it, let me know all your thoughts and opinions about it in the comments down below. I know there's a lot to talk about, so get down there and let me know all your thoughts and opinions. Also, if you're a fan of The Walking Dead, be sure to subscribe, because we still have a lot of content coming up, a lot of Walking Dead stuff, so be sure to subscribe to be kept up to date with all new information we get. But with all that being said, let's get into this review for this awesome episode. So yeah, this was Michonne's final episode, and it was, pretty crazy to say the least, because we saw what happened there at the end, and I gotta say, I'm happy with it. It was a great exit. We have to give a round of applause to Angela Kang, because two of the biggest characters on the show, Rick and Michonne, both have left, and she did a pretty good job dealing with the exits. A really good job, actually. Especially, I loved Rick's exit, and then now especially Michonne's exit, just kind of shows how much she knows these characters, and how talented she really is, because I think she did a great job with it. Because it was both the good storytelling, it fitted the characters, it made the fans happy. I think for the most part. I haven't read all the reviews for the episode. I don't know how everyone is feeling, but for the early reviews for this episode, I saw a lot of people were pretty happy with how Angela Kang dealt with Michonne's exit. But yeah, that was the big thing, Michonne leaving, and I did give a spoiler warning at the beginning of the episode, or at the beginning of the video. She figured out that Rick Grimes is possibly alive. Now, we as fans know Rick is alive because there's a Rick Grimes movie, and that ending was pretty crazy. And we're gonna get there. Don't worry, we're gonna get there and talk about it. But I do want to talk about the entire episode. So we saw what happened in this, what happened at how episode, or the first half of season 10 ended with Michonne leaving. And we saw what happened at this island, and we learned what was going on here, and it turned out that Virgil wasn't telling the truth, which I think we all sort of knew he wasn't telling the truth. Now, I'm going to be honest, I didn't think he was going to be the way he was. I didn't think he was going to just completely turn on Michonne. I kind of saw it playing out a little bit differently, but yeah, things went a little bit unexpected for me, at least. But yeah, Virgil did betray her, and she got locked up in that room. Now, the drug that he gave her, now that the hallucinations was super creepy and also scary, the hallucinations, but then the flashback hallucinations was, I really like that. I really do. I think they did in terms of editing, I thought they did a great job. Specifically, the Negan lineup. Oh my goodness, that Negan lineup was great when they had Michonne come in. I don't even know. I have to look into how they did that, but that was really, really good. Obviously, they didn't reshoot the entire lineup, but that was really good and really well done. And I love that Negan lineup. And I also liked it because it was realistic. It wasn't just something just for fun or just to have a flashback or anything. It actually made sense because that's been an ongoing conversation in The Walking Dead for a long time. Rick's people are not angels. Rick's people have done bad things in the past. And I like how they go back to that and talk about that and let us know that, yeah, we're not just ignoring that stuff. We know Rick's people did bad stuff, and that's sort of haunting these characters, because these characters are not perfect people. Nobody on The Walking Dead is perfect, and that's why I think also that discussion of what happened if we started off following Negan in the beginning of The Walking Dead, because Negan also did his own way of survival, and imagine if we started out with Negan waking up in the hospital and we followed him. Would we have liked Negan more than Rick? That's a very interesting conversation, because Rick's people aren't perfect, and nobody's perfect on The Walking Dead. So I love how they went back to that and talked about that. But that Negan lineup for me was, except for the Rick thing at the end, that Negan lineup was definitely the best part of the episode for me. I loved it. But I do love the story element that went into it, because it wasn't it was different but similar from Rick's thing. Rick's thing was an injury, and he went on this journey of reminiscing on his past, and Michonne's thing was a unique thing, but it also covered the same thing that Rick's did, and we went back and we looked at Michonne's journey, which I really did like, and I like the way they approached that, and we went on this nostalgic journey with Michonne. I liked it. It was really cool, and just seeing the different different perspectives of Michonne in the throughout the Walking Dead. Like we saw this thing in season 3 when they passed her, and Daryl passed her on the car. We saw the season 5 when they actually went inside the Savior place and they were shooting up. But like we had that angle of Rick, because I remember that scene. That was a very cool scene. Rick was like shooting up at all those Saviors, and then we had Michonne there in the corner. Like, I love the stuff like that. So I gotta give it up to the, editing team for this episode, because I thought they did a really good job with it. And I'm not gonna lie, I started to get a little bit emotional there towards the end. And I think it was a mix of, I think after all the flashbacks happened, and we saw the stuff from Michonne's perspective, we had, I looked at the clock and it was only like 20 minutes left in the episode. And then I realized this was Michonne's final episode, and it just started hitting me. I was like, wow, this is really it. And I think it was a combination of it was Denai Guerrero's amazing performance. Michonne is a character that we have loved and grown with over the years, and just seeing her stuck in that room going through that kind of sucked. And then also that journey she was going on, and that journey for us, it was like very nostalgic because we're seeing all the all the past moments in The Walking Dead. And as fans of The Walking Dead, watching every single Sunday, for years and years and years, it just sort of hits you. And that's what I mean. I think they did a really good job with both Rick and Michonne's exit, because it actually makes you feel something. And I'm happy with Michonne's exit. I really liked it. Like, it really sucks that we're losing her. But now we can sort of segue into that ending, because we are losing her on the show, but we saw what happened there at the end. And she found Rick's shoes, which was like, I was so happy when that happened. Yes, I kind of hoped we were going to hear like a voice in the radio or something, but nonetheless, seeing Rick, I kind of liked it better, honestly. Like, now that I've seen the episode, like, my theory for a long time was like, maybe we're going to hear Rick's voice in the radio or something, or someone say Rick is alive, but I like the way they did it better, honestly. Like, seeing the shoes, and then the music that hit like as soon as Michonne saw the shoes, and the music this episode and the music this season has been so amazing. I think I don't really even talk about the music that much in my reviews, but this season, I'm sure you guys have noticed, like every single episode I've been commenting, like complimenting the score, because how great it is. Like, really, the music this season has been really, really awesome, and it definitely added to the emotional weight of the episode. But yeah, we found Rick's shoes, which was amazing, and just seeing Michonne's reaction to that, it was also kind of emotional. And then the iPhone thing. Now, the iPhone thing was hilarious and awesome at the same time. Like, I don't think we've ever seen an iPhone on The Walking Dead, iPhone or iPod, whatever. But it was really cool seeing the the drawing of Michonne in Judith there, and it actually said Rick. Like, that was so awesome. That's what I mean when I said, like, yeah, I was hoping for a long time we were gonna hear his voice in the radio, but that is so much better. Honestly, it is. Like, I love that, because we even got to see a little bit of Rick in the flashback, so that was cool. But oh my goodness, the iPhone drawing was like awesome. But then, yeah, it turned out, really good. And, we saw what happened there at the end. I love how Judith was supporting Michonne and saying, to go and look for him instead of coming home. And that definitely answered a lot of questions as well, because I know a lot of fans were kind of curious as to what's going to happen with Judith and RJ. Like, is Michonne going to leave her kids? And, the answer was right there. Like, Michonne, trusts everybody back home, and Judith is, mature enough, even though she's very young, she's mature enough, she's strong enough, she's brave enough to look after RJ and protect herself. And, she's surrounded by loved ones, and she's okay with Michonne going after Rick. And that was the perfect way to do it. And now the exact ending was like amazing, because I still gotta look back at that ending and talk about it. I mean, we'll probably talk a lot about this in different videos, but that ending, where she ran into those two guys. Now, one of the guys the guy, his name is, I don't know if, I'm sure a lot of people I already think a lot of people have recognized him, but that is King Batch. He is an actor, and also like a comedian. He's very famous on like, I used to watch him like back in the day on Vine and stuff. Vine is shut down now, but he was on Vine, and he was on YouTube, and now he makes like, he's an actor, so he's like in movies on Netflix and stuff like that, but he's very famous on like the internet. And like, I noticed him, I was like, what the heck is this guy doing on The Walking Dead? Because I used to watch him on Vine. and it kind of clicked with me because the way the episode ended was that those two guys went with that girl and the guy. They went with Michonne, and Michonne was gonna help them get back to that community. And I started realizing like maybe they are setting up the movie right now, because if they're gonna make a movie that's gonna be in theaters, they're gonna want to have some people in there that people are fans of. So I thought like this guy, his name like his internet name is King Batch. So if you look up King Batch, I'm sure you're gonna find him, and you're gonna find like a ton of videos of him. He's very funny, but I kind of realized like this guy is very famous on the internet. So maybe they want to put him in the Rick Grimes movies just for that supporting character role, because he's very famous on the internet. Maybe a lot of people are gonna watch the movie because of him. He has a very big following on social media and stuff like that. And then that kind of clicked with me, like maybe that's why he's here, because I did kind of find it odd how this guy was on The Walking Dead, and I used to watch a lot of his stuff on Vine, which is kind of funny. But the end shot where all those the people were walking, it's very hard to see what it was, but they were in formation, and that looked like a big community, and I believe that is the CRM. Again, I am gonna have to look more into that. I'm gonna look at like interviews and stuff like that with the showrunners and stuff like that, because I'm sure there's gonna be a ton of interviews about that. But yeah, that was amazing, because that was a great way to end the episode. And I think Angela King has done a phenomenal job with the past 2 seasons. She did a great job with Rick's final episode, and once again she did a great job with Michonne's final episode. So that is it for this video. Let me know all your thoughts and opinions about everything. I know there's a lot to talk about, so let me know, what do you think is going on with all this. And I don't know if that big community at the end there was a CRM, or that could have been something totally different. But let me know what you think. Let me know all your theories and opinions and stuff like that. We'll be having more videos talking about the Michonne thing, throughout the day and throughout the week, as well as like a trailer breakdown for episode 14, because we still got the rest of the season ahead of us. So be sure to subscribe if you are a fan of The Walking Dead for more content just like this. Again, let me know all your thoughts and opinions about this episode in the comments down below. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys later.